The charge detail section allows you to add approval or reference number information, onset information, admittance and discharge dates for hospital charges, applicable revenue and rate codes, last date seen, dunning information, as well as hard copy and deferral information. In the Approval 1 and Approval 2 fields, you can enter any approval or reference numbers required by the insurance company for the procedure for this patient. The Approval 1 field is for any approval number issued by the primary insurance company to be used with this charge, if applicable. Any approval numbers that were entered in the patient screen will default into this field. If multiple numbers were entered for this patient, the primary number will default into the field, and the others can be accessed via the drop-down list. You can either enter the appropriate number or select from any of the previously entered approval numbers. The Approval 2 field is for any approval number issued by the secondary insurance company to be used with this charge, if applicable. The numbers can be entered or selected in the same manner as the Approval 1 field. In the Onset Type field, you can select any applicable reason for the onset of the medical condition, and then enter the applicable onset date in the corresponding field if needed for the charge. You can then enter any admittance or discharge dates in the corresponding fields if the current charges are part of a hospital visit. The Rev Rate field allows you to enter the applicable Medicare Part A revenue code and/or the applicable New York Medicaid clinic billing rate code if needed. These codes must be separated by a front slash. To enter only the Medicare Part A revenue code, enter only the number. To enter only the New York Medicaid clinic billing rate code, be sure to include the front slash before the code. Next, in the Date Last Seen field, you can enter the date in which the patient was last seen, if applicable. When entering charges for PMR, physical therapy, and podiatry specialties, the date last seen is required when billing Medicare. The date will default into this field if entered in the patient screen. In the dunning field, you can enter the number 1 through 9 that corresponds to the desired dunning notice to be used when this charge is billed to the patient. This field is mainly used when updating charges, but may also be used for entry of balance forwards. You can check the hard copy option if you want to instruct the system that this charge should be only billed using a paper insurance claim form. The Defer Insurance Bill option will be checked automatically when entering New York workers' compensation charges. In typical charge entry situations, however, you can select this option to instruct the system not to bill this charge in the normal insurance billing process. If this option is checked, this charge will not be billed to the insurance until this option is manually unchecked. The Defer Patient Bill option will be checked automatically when entering New York workers' compensation charges. In typical charge entry situations, however, you can select this option to instruct the system not to bill this charge in the normal patient billing process. If this option is checked, this charge will not be billed to the patient until the option is manually unchecked.